Hi, I'm Laura Staley, and I'm back with another video on Excel. I've started a series of videos on formatting in Excel because there's a lot to it and a lot of different things that you can do. And I've already made two videos, one on formatting numbers in Excel and one on formatting numbers as text in Excel. I am going to do this video as well as, which is on formatting text in Excel, the actual text in the cells. And then I'm going to do another video on formatting cells. And then I'll move on to some related topics like conditional formatting and tables and those types of things. I'll post some links down below so that you can find those other videos if you have an interest in them. Okay, so before I get started, let me remind you of what I think is one of the truisms of formatting in Excel. Formatting in Excel is good as long as it enhances your data, as long as it makes it readable, understandable, comprehensible, all those types of things. You want as much formatting as you need to make your data interesting and comprehensible to the people who you're going to be giving the data to, but no more. I've seen some Excel files that were beautiful. They just had awesome formatting, but they had so much formatting that I couldn't figure out the point of the data. And I had trouble following what the data was doing because of all of the beauty in front of me. So don't go overboard. Just use the formatting that you need to make your data understandable and comprehensible and all those types of things. And it will serve you well. And after time, you'll just develop some preferences of how you like to format your data. Okay, so this video is on formatting text in Excel, and basically we're going to be using most of the commands in this general area and one over here. And the couple that we do not cover here, I'll cover in the next video on how to format cells in Excel. Okay, so generally I have a spreadsheet in front of me that has a title, it has headings here, and then it has my data underneath the headings. And this is the structure of most of the files in Excel that you will probably create. And so hopefully you'll be able to easily apply some of the principles in this video to what you do. Okay, so let's take a look at the title. And, I can change the font if I want to do that. I can change the font size if I want to do that. One of the things I like about font sizes is these two buttons right here. They are increase font size and decrease font size. And I find these really handy when I don't know the exact size I want something to be, but I just know I want it to be bigger or smaller than it already is. So I'm clicked on this and I think, nah, that's too big. I just want it smaller. So I can click on the decrease font size and just sort of watch until it looks like a good size to me. And that looks good to me. Okay, so then the headings, I decided, yeah, I want them to stand out some. So I'm going to make them bold and italic. And then I think, it's getting kind of boring. It's still kind of a boring spreadsheet. So I am going to change the font color of my title. So these theme colors correspond to the theme that you've used in Excel, and I'll cover those in another video. But for now, you can either choose a theme color or you can choose one of the standard colors that is available in regardless of whatever theme you use. If you don't see a color you like, you can come down here to more colors and you can either click on an area, or if you have a specific shade you're looking for, you can get the RGB codes, the red, green, blue codes, however you do that, and then type them in here, and then you can match whatever shade you're looking to match. Most of the time, people don't want to get that specific with an Excel spreadsheet, but you can if you want to. So I'm just going to go back to my standard colors and choose something and then click OK. Okay, so the title now stands out a little bit. Now, with those custom colors, I could have chosen one of the colors that's in one of my logo to match it if I wanted to do that. And that's one of the reasons why someone might use a custom color. Okay, so then the data is pretty much okay. I'm not going to bold it and I'm not going to italicize it. One of the things to keep in mind in Excel is that sometimes I've seen people bold things and italicize things that they want to bring to people's attention. And there is something called conditional formatting that you can do to do that automatically. And like I said, I'll cover that in another video. But there are times you may want to bold something just to bring it to people's attention. But most of the time, I suggest using some kind of automated feature to make that happen. Okay, so then the one problem I have with my data is in this second column. A lot of the cells have data that is too long for the column width. And remember, when you type in something in one column and it's too long for that column, if you type something in the next column, it just cuts off the text where the column ends. So I don't want to make my column wider because it would be so wide, it would just look weird. So, and just to show you, come on. Which, if you want to do that, that's great. But I like the thinner column in this case, and it lets me show you a feature that I really like, and I use this a lot, and that's wrap text. Over here at the end of the alignment row is this button that has an A, B, C, and return on it. Now, this is Excel 2016. In other versions, the button may look a little different and it may be somewhere down here, but it is always called wrap text. If I put my pointer over it and don't click, it tells me that it's wrap text. So you should be able to find it in here if you don't have this exact button, and just look for wrap text. So I'm going to click it, and what it's going to do, it's going to wrap the text in the width of the column, and so that I can just make the rows taller so that I can see what is in that column. Now, where I use this is a lot of times when I have a lot more text and, my columns would just be huge, that it just makes no sense and I go ahead and wrap my text in. Sometimes I will have a long heading over a number, which is very short. And instead of making the column wide enough to fit the heading and then having a little, narrow number underneath it, I will wrap the heading. So that is something to keep in mind. So keep that in mind because it's a really, really handy command. Okay, so there is my spreadsheet. And it looks pretty good to me. So apply these to your data as you can and see what works for you and see what you think makes your data pop and will be clear to other people. And watch for my next video on how to format cells in Excel. You have a good day.